Hello and welcome to another very windy edition of Escape the Shed. I'm here with Dominic, one of our long-term viewers, who actually suggested we come to this location here today. So when you see what we're about to show you, it's all his fault. Hello and welcome to another Escape the Shed. We're out in the middle of nowhere at the moment, at the side of the River Trent, because what he wanted you to come and see was just a small piece of railway infrastructure that still exists from the Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast Railway. It's just a little thing you happen to find down by the river, isn't it, Dominic?
Just a tiny thing.
Yeah, just a tiny thing. If I turn round, you might see it somewhere behind me, because that thing behind me is Fledborough Viaduct, an abandoned viaduct from the old Lancashire, Derbyshire and East Coast, and as soon as we can find a way up onto it, we'll show you some more. There's quite a lot of bricks in this viaduct. How many arches is it, Dominic? 57, you think?
That sounds about right to me. I think I've read that.
About 57 arches on this. It's well, huge. And I suppose it's all this is a floodplain, because we're about to walk up now a bit of a bank right underneath it. And it's all made out of blue engineering bricks as well, this. So we're going under it right now, and it's quite spectacular. And at the side of it here is a bank we can climb up. And now you can see it from the other side. So, how do you think we get onto it?
Good question. There's a path down there which you might be able to get over there.
Right here.
That's a good point. You might be able to get down.
Ah, is there a path there?
As long as we run parallel to it, we're golden.
Oh, we might have to do a bit of climbing here by the looks of it. Now this, if we go back under it again now, under this half-filled arch, that thing there, that bit of fence there, I bet that's the boundary of the old power station. Just there.
Long gone now.
Yeah, because that would have been High Marnham power station. But this is obviously a flood bank that we're on, because it goes down that side and it goes down that side. And we're close. I think we're close to being able to get up to it, but we'll see. Oh, and there's a gate down here, a gate to nowhere. A gate from nowhere and to nowhere.
But this, I wonder how old this is, actually.
Well, that gate looks as old as the thing. Look at that wooden gate post. Do you think that's a repurposed signal post?
I was thinking that, but it does.
Because it's been painted black and white at some point in its life, hasn't it?
Yeah. Or even a level crossing gate post that might be repurposed, because a lot of the LNER ones quite ground up, they use concrete.
Yeah. It's certainly a very old gate as well, that. Look at that gate.
That's a find.
That's a bit like a level crossing gate with this.
Probably
with this bar on to strengthen it.
But I wouldn't be surprised if at least some of it was from the railway.
Yeah, could be. Normally, that would be a big piece of railway infrastructure we'd found. Normally. I'm more used to finding just like
Bits
posts and bits of rubble and the occasional sleeper.
So this is quite an extensive escape the shed find.
Yeah, it's the biggest artefact I think that we've covered on abandoned railways so far. Yeah.
I think this viaduct is probably going to be the biggest one for record holder for.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody will be pinching this anytime soon.
No.
No.
Nice echo as well.
Yeah, the echo is excellent under there. Right. Oh, now, Dominic, your mum, who's gone off in front, who's a sort of pathfinder for this expedition, I think she may have found a way up. She didn't tell me mountaineering was one of her skills.
She's been practicing.
Right, I'm going to go up here, then I'm going to go to the top, and we'll film you coming up then.
Oh, right.
Just to show how... Yeah, action shot, yeah. Right, hang on now. I could do it 2 hands probably. It's a good job Jeremy Beadle's dead, because I think it might be ending up on his programme here. And if you fall over, it is all stinging nettles to falling. But we're nearly up there. Look, there's a viaduct. See that in there? That looks like that could be the top of a drain pipe, doesn't it? You know, one of those things on the top of a drain pipe. Not yet. Still going up. We're going up one at a time. This is one of the most bonkers things we've ever done. Oh, I'm glad this was your idea. Oh, there's a viaduct. Ah, we're here, we've made it. And there's a signal. Oh yeah, that's all right. Right, is he going to come up? Do we think? Right, are you ready?
You okay?
I don't think he's there. Okay, down there.
Okay.
We're ready when you are.
Going up.
I'm up, so you watch, you'll walk up there dead easy now. Look at that, I came up on my hands and knees and
yeah. If I can do it, he can do it.
Need to lean forward quite a lot on here. Probably going to slip.
I had to use my hands.
Fall off the action shot.
Right, we're here. And
we're on.
Yeah. And we found a signal. There's a signal there, look.
That's a Western Region signal post, that.
So that shouldn't be here at all then. I wouldn't worry about setting it, I don't think there's a train coming. Maybe that's one they've put here.
I reckon though the Lancashire and Derbyshire and East Coast probably would have had lower quadrant signal like that. Similar, but not quite the same.
Possibly. Nice artefact anyway. Right, we better go this way a bit, away from the viaduct.
You're right.
Because down here is Fledborough Station, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll be able to see the concentration sidings at High Marnham, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, what was High Marnham Power Station, until they flattened it. So that's the unloading point for High Marnham Power Station, we think, which was in all this here. We'll go and find where the spur came off this main line in a minute, but we are currently to the west of the viaduct, and this is on the south side of the line. This is the big flat expanse that was High Marnham Power Station. I think it closed in about 2002, didn't it? 2003, something like that.
Then, and they weren't. I think it wasn't around for that long till the site. I think it was blowing up the cooling towers.
I think the cooling towers lasted a long time, but the rest of the power station here got demolished fairly quickly after it closed. But there's still a massive expanse of nothingness and a bit of concrete and things on it. So that's High Marnham, and as we walk west, my geography never was very good, we should eventually come to Fledborough Station, and just beyond Fledborough Station to the west is where the spur was off to the power station. So we'll go and see if we can find Fledborough Station. Theoretically we've got to go under a road bridge as well, so we'll see if we can find that. Right, we're still on our way to Fledborough, walking away from the viaduct. Oh, what's that we've found, Dominic?
I'm not sure.
It looks like a grating or something, you know, that, you know, like for signals, where they run the signal rods and cables and that through a duct, and then there's like a manhole cover on the top. It looks like the things they used to make the shaft between the duct and the manhole cover.
Yeah, that could be it. So just thinking signal box probably a bit further down there. I think they built a new one when they built the sidings for High Marnham Power Station.
Yeah, because the sidings are just over there, aren't they?
Yeah, that's an interesting bit there.
But there's a lot of ballast about here as well.
It's probably the most complete bit we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Other than the viaduct.
Definitely ballast and a bit of clinker.
Yeah,
Perhaps. What is this? Is this clinker? I've found this before.
I think
sort of like aero chocolate.
Just a bit of clinker that might. In fact, that could be steam era.
Yeah, well, that's what I wonder, if that's out of a steam engine. Hello, your mum's got some bricks. Does it say?
Bricks.
Does it say anything on it?
That's quite high quality.
Yeah.
Same bricks that the viaduct dots.
Yeah. It's interesting to see.
Ah, you reckon they're red brick on the out? Yeah, they are on the outside.
So they must have been fired to what high temperature.
Yeah, but red brick is engineering brick, isn't it?
Yeah.
What I've never quite known is if red brick is supposed to be red all the way through, or if it is like that, and blue brick rather, not red brick. Blue brick is supposed to be blue all the way through, or if it's still red in the middle like that.
I think that's a good question. I think some blue bricks are blue through the whole thing. I'm not
If you look at that,
quite sure.
it's like it's
Maybe it's Staffordshire
glaze or
blue.
something
Yeah.
on the edge.
But it is the
It's like hot. It's like hotter on the outside,
Yeah.
isn't it? That.
the engineering bricks are fired too high.
Yeah. Ah. Brick. Do you know the story about me going looking for bricks on at Bolsover? I spent
yes,
years
I've
looking
seen
for a
that.
Bolsover brick, and after about 20 years, somebody said to me, "Oh, they actually say Byron on them," and I'd found thousands of those.
Yeah, the Byron Brickworks.
The Byron Brickworks, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Escape the Shed.
Yeah, that was good, Byron Brickworks. I'm going to go back there and do one about the brickworks, because now I know exactly where it was.
Is this your most complete station on Escape the Shed today?
This is a fairly complete station. This is Fledborough Station, and I believe there might even be a station name board up in this side somewhere. It was certainly here last year. So
Got the original fence post, I believe. Or...
yeah, that side's really good, isn't it? What does the sign say?
Multi-hazard area. I suppose it would be next to a power station.
It doesn't say keep off the tracks or anything like that.
No, do not enter. I suppose this was disused long before the power station finally.
Yeah, this went
shop.
apparently in 1980. So
I believe.
But at least it left the platform.
Service in the 50s, was it?
I think that's probably about right, yeah. Then of course this actually closed because there was a derailment back there somewhere in 1980. I think it was February 1980, and they decided it was uneconomic to repair, so they shut it, but just left the line open up here as far as the power station that we've just walked past. So this bit would have closed in about 1980, but we found a very interesting looking seat with a tunnel built into it. You don't believe me? Have a look.
Berlin, Germany.
Berlin, Germany.
592 metres.
592 miles.
Oh, miles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, miles, yeah.
So if you want to know how far... Oh, Berlin. Yeah, Berlin. Yeah, I can see it now. B.
It's a long old walk.
I R. Well, how thoughtful of them to put a signpost to where Berlin is from here. Although it does feel like we've walked from Berlin today. And there is a tunnel in this seat. What do you think that's for then? Why would you put a tunnel in a bench?
It's a sleeper though, I think. We can see a bolt hole. There might have been a bolt.
Yeah, it looks like it could have been a sleeper. It's a sort of half-made model railway diorama, that, isn't it? You've got your tunnel to go off to your fiddle yard there, and behind you, I've found the signboard. Stay look.
There we go.
Fledborough. Yeah, I think that's a replica, and it's a shame though, because they make these replicas and then they put them up and spend a lot of money sort of doing these things and putting them up. Then they just let them go to rack and ruin and don't ever bother painting them again. Like that, you see the bottoms all dropping off it and everything.
What you need is one of those concrete running in boards. They'll last forever, those.
Yeah. Or they need somebody with a pot of paint to go around and maintain them. I'm sure there must be a railway enthusiast somewhere that's a bit good at woodwork who could nip down and put a new bottom on that. If you're a woodworking railway enthusiast, come to Fledborough Station and just stick a new bit on the bottom of that, please, and bring your paint pot with you. Thank you very much. We'll see if the power of the internet can get anything done, shall we? Right, I think we now better go back. Just for the record, just up there behind Dominic is the road. Just the other side of the road is where the spur came off on that side and went round the back of the station on that side to the power station, which is back down there, that we've now got to walk back past to go and walk along the viaduct, which hopefully we're going to do before it gets dark. Promises. Right, shall we go a bit further? Let's try again. Have we found any more bricks other than the ones that are in the wall?
Your best bet for finding bricks is down that way.
I'm interested what names on the bricks around here.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Definitely high quality stuff.
Yeah.
Built to last.
We'll have to have a look for a loose one. Oh, here comes the rain. Can you feel it?
Good look that quickly.
I don't think it'll be much. I think it'll blow it away.
It's clear outside.
Yeah. Right, back through Fledborough Station.
We have a neon sign.
Eon. Yeah. Somewhere there in the trees. Well, Eon operated the power station for the last year, apparently, that it was operational. So they must have changed all the signs in the final year if they say Eon on them. You wouldn't have thought they'd have bothered, would you? If they knew they were...
No, in the end was
yeah.
They
must have known they were going to close it, you know. Interesting. You look at tracks like this and you're very tempted to get a bit of sort of 7 1/4 inch gauge and do a Wallace and Gromit and lay a bit back down it.
The Wells and Walsingham's well worth visiting.
The Wells and Walsingham, I've been on the Wells and Walsingham.
That's a nice little railway on the track bed of the line down that way. Garrett's.
Yeah, they've got 2 Garretts now, I think, on the Wells and Walsingham.
Straight out of the Titfield Thunderbolt, that.
Yeah, it's a railway that is very much straight out of the Titfield Thunderbolt, the Wells Walsingham. I actually quite like it. It's one of my favourite railways because it is so Titfield Thunderbolt.
Bag the character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very good. That is very good. It's well worth a visit, Wells Walsingham Railway. If you're in Norfolk, it's one of Norfolk's premier attractions.
Get a nice view of the River Trent, I believe.
Yeah. Although you can't actually see it's a river yet, but I think you will in a minute. So we're now on the viaduct. We've come back from Fledborough station and we are on the viaduct, and I don't know if it's actually getting dark. Anybody know what time it is?
It is 3 o'clock.
So we've got about an hour, I think.
About an hour before we have to break out the torches. So we're doing okay, I think, but we are now actually on the viaduct, and well, it is what it is. Another power station down there. Are you getting attacked by the rose hips?
Yeah, just a little bit sticky, that.
Yeah, it's a bit overgrown, but it's not too bad actually. It's. I wonder if they took the track up or if they just buried it under the footpath.
I think they probably got a bit of it's just compacted it a little bit, filled in.
You never find any track. I think it's probably because metal is valuable these days.
Yeah, I suppose the first thing they take up, really.
But there's certainly still some ballast. It's certainly windy up here. And that's where we started out, down there. Down in that corner down there. We found a mystery structure that we can see from the viaduct, surrounded by sheep. And we don't know what it is. It looks like it probably had a pole in the top of it. I'll show you how far away it is from us.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, that might be the base of...
base of something.
But what is that?
But we are quite near to a super high voltage power line, and in the distance there is the next power station along in Megawatt Valley, which is unlike Armada. That one, I think, is still operational. So I don't know. I'm guessing it was originally coal, but they convert them sometimes, don't they?
Yeah.
But it's not a bad day for walking along a viaduct.
Yeah, it's calmed down a bit now, the wind.
I'm interested to find a brick now to see who made the bricks that this is built out of. But it's in such good condition, there isn't a loose one.
Huge coping as well on top.
Yeah, it's got, yeah, the top of it is actually all specially made coping stones, isn't it? It shows how well built it all is.
They definitely thought that it was a lot heavier used than it ever really was.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, when we get to the... Because this was double track, I think, originally, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was the main line.
Might have even been double track right up.
I think it was double track until the 60s, and then I think in the mid-60s, the bit that actually goes over the river, they changed the spans to plate girder spans.
Oh, yeah, that
is a single bit, as you'll see in just a minute.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, it's just coming up now. Although from this view it doesn't look massively narrower, but it is certainly single track, that, isn't it?
You realise that they were a bit short of money.
Here we are, River Trent. I'm loving this sign. National Cycle Network. Yeah, which is apparently down there. According to the sign anyway, where there aren't even any steps. But there is a lot of water. So this bit here is the new bit of the bridge.
Ah, yeah.
So this plate girder piece on the top here, I think dates from 1965, but obviously on the original columns, which is why the columns stick out the way they do. So we've walked along the bit of the bridge over the river now, the 1965 bit of plate girder bridge, and what's interesting about it, in some of the plates at each end they've done artwork. You could call it graffiti, but it doesn't really look like graffiti. It looks like somebody's properly done it, doesn't it? Some of the ones in the middle are just genuine graffiti, but these are like proper ones, including a very surprised cow.
Wesley, was that you?
It could have been. I wonder if it was. No, there's no Land Rover on it. Apparently that's Dusty.
Dusty, yeah. Bit of an odd name.
But yeah, there's some quite good ones. A terrifying skull.
Cooling towers.
Cooling towers. Where's the cooling? Oh yeah, that's cooling towers, isn't it? Yeah. You know, that surprised cow. There's also an equally surprised badger. For the Notts Wildlife Trust.
Ghosts.
Right, we're back at the old signal post now, where we came up the precipice to get onto the top of the viaduct. We're not going to the next station up the line there. We've come back because we're starting to lose the light, and we didn't really want to be doing it in total darkness because you're not seeing anything anyway. So we're just about to head back down the cliff face. So before I break my neck, I thought we'd better finish this video. Remember, give us a like and a subscribe, and also let us know if you know anything about Fledborough Viaduct, or indeed if you'd like us to go and investigate anything else, whether it be railway related or not. Dominic, have you enjoyed yourself today?
Yeah, it's been a really great day. Nice part of the world. Recommend visiting it.
Yeah.
If you're in the area.
Yeah, excellent. And there's a very nice looking pub as well in High Marnham Village, isn't there? So hopefully we could investigate that maybe one day as well. But if you come into the area, I recommend you park in High Marnham and walk up to Fledborough Viaduct. There's not much parking around. It is a bit of a walk. I've now got to go back down the precipice, so Might be 250 quid off you've been framed when I go falling down the hill in a minute. So before that, we'll sign off. See you soon.
Bye for now.
Of course this will not look steep on camera either, will it?
I think it's recording now.
What's doing? I'm going down there backwards on his hands and knees. I don't know how you're nonchalantly walking. Oh, you're not there.
In case if I split, I don't want to take you down as well. I think my downfall will be this section. I think I might slip.
I don't. The word to use is not downfall.
Yeah. Almost there. It's a nasty bit this, because it's got all the nettles as well, so...
Nearly there. Oh, I'm nearly there.